Hey there and welcome back to a series on how to create a mobile game. Today we make the final build and upload it to Google Play. So we start with some final settings under Edit, Project Settings. Here we select Player. First thing, make sure your company name and the game name is right at the top. Obviously you are not the default company and you are not German Mobile Game Studio. So this should be your legal name for your company. Bad thing if you have registered a website with the same name. The first settings we will make are under Other Settings. Here we scroll down to minimum API level. We decided to only support Android devices with Android 8 and above. And the target IP will be the highest possible. And because this is our first version, we set the version to 1.0 and the bundle version to 1. If you publish to Google Play, you should always increase both at least by 1 or 0.1. Next thing we have to do is changing our scripting backend to IL2 CPP, because then we can check the Arm64, so that our build will run on 64-bit systems. Now we can scroll back to resolutions and presentations. Here you can choose the orientation your game should support. We only support portrait screens, so we set the default orientation to portrait. After that we continue with the app icon. And here you see one reason to choose Android 8 and above, because you need less icons to build. For the app icon, we make a new folder and then we import our app icon files. You need one for the background, one foreground, and one full icon with background and foreground combined. The round one would be for Android 7 and lower. You can try with our resolution, but you can also choose lower and higher. It's just important that the icon is square and not too big. After importing, we go back to our project settings. Here we go to Icon and Adaptive API and choose our background for background and the foreground for the foreground. Unity will copy these textures to the other resolutions for us. We also go to the top and set the default icon with our combined PNG file. So, icons are set. Now we go to the publish settings. To publish our app, we have to sign it. For this, we can use the Key Store Manager. We create a new one in a dedicated location. This should be a non-public location. Then, we will set a password for the Key Store. We also give our game an alias in the store. You can use the game name. And then, set another password for this app. Also be sure your organization is provided. You can fill the other informations, but you don't have to. Now we can add the key and set it as our project key. Everything is set up. We can close the project settings and go to File, Build Settings. Here we make sure we are on Android. And here you can check the Build App Bundle, but you can also just build the APK for Google. When we click on Build, we choose a location and let Unity build everything for us. With that, everything is done in Unity. Now we go to the Google Play console. Here you have to create an account. After that, you can go to All Apps and Create App. The first thing here is the app name. For us, it's CatchEveryFruit. That's the name that appears in Google Play. Second is the default language for the store. If you want to release in a specific country, you can choose the language here. But you can also add other languages later if you want. The app or game decision should be very easy for you. And because we have built-in ads in our game, we make the app free to download. We also accept the declarations because we read them very carefully as usual. When we hit Create, we will come to a new dashboard page. Google will always tell you if something is missing. So you can go through the list under Set up your app and provide informations for the app access, if you have ads in your game, and fill in the form for the content rating. After we filled everything up, we continue with the app category. Here you choose the category which fits best to your app. We will go for casual here. You can also give your game some tags, so users may find it better in the store. After that, you also have to provide an email address so that users can contact you when they have questions or problems. We also leave the external marketing checkbox as it is, so users can find the app outside of Google Play too. When we hit save, we came to the main store listening. We already provided the app name at the beginning. Here, we will enter a short description for the app and a full description if somebody wants to read more about the gameplay. In the graphics part, we can add an icon for the store entry. This should be a 512 to 512 pixel sized PNG or JPEG. After that, we also upload a feature graphic with a 1024 to 500 pixel size. And we also provide some screenshots we made on our phone. The screenshots could be in different sizes. I think the best way is to do it on an actual phone. If you have landscape supported in your app, you can provide landscape photos here too. Or if you want to target for tablets, you can also upload screenshots from a tablet. One last thing on the screen. If you want your store entry in different languages, you can provide them at the top. If you do this, you have to fill the short description and the full description in the selected language. We click Save and go back to the dashboard. When you scroll down on the left, you will see a menu App Content. Here, we have an open to-do, the privacy policy. Here, you should provide a link to your privacy policy. We can't give you legal advice on this point, so if you're unsure, you may want to contact a lawyer on this point. Time to upload the game. Back on the dashboard, you will see a menu Publish your app on Google Play. Here, we first select the countries where our app should be available. You can also go for all if you want. Now we have to create a new release. Here, we confirm the Play app signing at the top, and then we start uploading our AAB file here. After that, we can give the release a name. That's an internal name and it's just for you. The release notes down here are public and should be something the user can understand. For our release, we can just say our first release. If you have other languages selected previously, you can also add release notes for them here. We can now save and review our release. You may get 2 warnings. We experience they are normal for Unity builds. If everything is okay, we can start rollout to production. Google will review your changes and then release everything to the store. This might take up to 2 days. So, that's it. We released our app to Google Play. Next time, Alex will show you how to publish this game to the Apple App Store too. So I hope you learned something new today. Subscribe to watch the full series and I'm sure I'll see you in the next.